Buses filled with migrants from our southern border have just arrived outside Vice President Kamala Harris's residence at the Naval Observatory in Washington, D.C.
I mean, dude, it's so fucking obvious what they're doing. This is so gnarly, dude.
Griff Jenkins is live on the scene to tell us more. Griff, is that Massachusetts Avenue that I'm looking at right there?
Yeah. Good morning, Steve, Ainsley, and Brian. This bus just arrived moments ago. I talked to some of the folks. Apparently, this bus has come from Del Rio, Texas. That's what a gentleman on the bus told me. And these, pardon me, ¿de dónde eres? Venezuela? ¿Habla inglés? No. La Presidenta Harris dice que frontera.
Dude, I love this. This is so funny. La Presidente, hablo inglés. Hablo inglés. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? ¿Dónde está la Presidente Kamala Harris? Bro, this dude, you couldn't find, you couldn't get a Spanish speaker for this? You knew that this was going to happen. Didn't some Republican Congress or Senate member organize this shit? Yeah, DeSantis did. You knew that this was going to happen. You couldn't find, a person who could, translate. You were there when they're getting out of the bus. So clearly you're collaborating. You're clearly collaborating with whatever Republican is pulling the stunt. So you couldn't find a Spanish speaker? Hablo Americano.
La frontera es cerrado or abierto? Abierto. So what she's saying, Steve, I asked her, Vice President Harris says that the border is closed. She says it's open as we see these migrants coming across now. We're not sure how many there are. We do know that according to Texas Governor Abbott's office, there have been about 7,900. Pardon me.
Wait, did she even say that? I mean, I can't speak Spanish, but I don't think that... Did she even say that? The whole, the border is open meme comes from this guy unironically being too stupid to bring an actual capable Spanish speaker with him. She did. She said abierto. She said it was open, but the way he asked the question was up. What did he say though? Him, border closed or open? Her open. There is not enough context. He baited. Fox News viewers only speak American anyway. It doesn't matter. Hola, Harris abierto o cerrado?
Hey, do you speak English? ¿De dónde eres?
Venezuela.
Venezuela? Everybody from todos Venezuela?
Sí, venimos prácticamente de Venezuela, país, un país.
The thing is, don't we already have a special treatment for Venezuelan migrants, by the way? They might unironically think the border is open. Whereas, Mexicans know that that's not the case. If you're from Guatemala, if you're from Mexico, if you're from any of these other countries that is not escaping communism, right? Then it's not open for you. But these are still asylum speakers, right? These are still asylum speakers. So technically, it is legal for them to be seeking asylum in the United States of America. It's additionally legal for Venezuelans to be seeking that because they're escaping communism. She said abierto, but she does not know what he was clearly asking. It was too ambiguous.
País muy duro. En realidad, queríamos ya salir de allá. Tenemos días viajando.
I feel like this is literally, once again, humanizing the asylum seekers in this situation.
Migración también nos ha jodido mucho en México, pero lo que queremos es triunfar. Queremos evolucionar, queremos tener de todo, queremos...
Yeah, they have temporary protected status until 2024. So they are allowed. Migrants coming in from Venezuela are allowed.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, buena suerte. So I'm not going to be able to translate all of that, and I wouldn't even try because it wouldn't look good on live TV. But as you can see, they're coming across here, all of these migrants.
Yeah, because you just don't know what he said. You just said... Abierto. When you're padding your resume and say fluent in Spanish because you got an 87 on the final 6 years ago, yo, this fucker is his level of Spanish is my level of Spanish, okay? This is hilarious. Why couldn't Fox News actually send someone that knows how to speak Spanish? This is so funny. There's not a single person at Fox News that speaks Spanish. Of course there are. They couldn't have hired a Spanish speaker to translate. That's crazy. Yeah, Peggy Hill's Spanish language. Look.
Mrs. Hill. In your own words, your own Spanish words, please tell the judge what happened with little Lupe.
Su pudenor. Yo poder ver que usted ser caballo razonable. Yo estoy muy embarazada por lo que pasa por Lupe. Ella comer mi accidente de comunión y yo nomás quiero que hacer que Lupe ser libre. Yo tengo demasiados buenos años enfrente para pasar mi vida en fábrica cigarros.
I mean, straight up.
It appears to be at least 20 or so at this point. We have 2 buses. So what I was saying was, we know from Governor Abbott's office, there have been about 7,900 migrants on over 190 buses coming to D.C., more than 2,200 on more than 40 buses to New York, and of course about 5 buses to Chicago with a little over 300 migrants. ¿De dónde eres?
¿Dónde está la biblioteca? My friend, I see you're wearing an American hat. ¿Dónde está la Venezuela, my friend? Hello?
¿Habla inglés?
No.
Okay. ¿Cómo estás?
That's so f***ed up, bro. That's like a literal baby, dude. I mean, homie's got the pajamas on and shit. What are you doing, bro? That's a child. What the fuck? That is actually insane.
¿De dónde eres? Me llamo Griff. ¿Cómo se llama?
Gaby.
As you can see, children coming across here. Habla inglés.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest though, like this is gonna backfire, I think. Like I think Republicans are running on the idea that like everyone else is gonna be just as racist as they are. Like the people that put this together were like, oh yeah, people are gonna see this and be like really racist about it. When in fact it's like it's turning into like a Channel 5 situation. Like you're literally showcasing the humanity of these people that are trying to find a better you're showcasing the humanity of people that are trying to make a better life for themselves. Not only that, but also these are people that are escaping communism, so they're the good kind of migrants too, regardless of how brown they are, right? I just don't see, look at all these rapists and criminals coming off the bus is not going to work. Exactly. When you can very clearly see that they're just like normal people. And they always are normal people.
Habla inglés? No. The majority of migrants that have been coming, and I can give you some of the most recent numbers.
Yeah, I guess the reason why they didn't bring a translator is because they don't care about it, and they want to like drive home the point. Like, look, we can't understand them. Like, they're coming over the border and we can't even understand them. Like they can't even speak English. That's probably the reason why they're doing that. But even then, like, you forgot that they are in fact brown, so Fox viewers will see them as animals. Nah, man. I don't know, dude. I can't look at this and go, wow, these guys, I can't comprehend how people would look at these people and go, these guys are very clearly doing crimes. They're criminals. You see a child in a Marvel shirt, dude. That's all. Like the only difference between this kid and like any other average random kid is that he's a little bit more tan, dude. You crazy? You think Fox News grandparents don't have grandchildren? He's got the Marvel pajamas on, dude. That's crazy. Hassan, you're not racist. That's why. No, dude. No. I'm telling you. I believe. Look, I believe in the humanity of everyone, regardless, okay? No matter how white supremacist people are, there is degrees to this shit, okay? There is degrees to this shit. Like, there are people who will look at this and go, yeah, those, brown kids coming over the border and whatever. Yeah, those guys are like mega racist. But most normal people have underlying white supremacist values, but they will immediately go, hey, I'm not a racist person. Why do they say that? They say that because they understand that racism is an inherently bad value, okay? There are varying degrees and different tiers of white supremacy. In an otherwise white supremacist upbringing, people pick up white supremacist values without even recognizing that they are white supremacists. But when you call it out as such, they immediately know, well, that's a bad thing. There is an association with racism as though it's a bad thing, okay? So most normal Americans, when they see shit like this, it's going to be like the abortion situation. They're not. This is unironically the exact opposite of propaganda, the exact opposite kind of propaganda that Trump tries to do all the time, which is every single migrant is actually a rapist murderer, right? Trump very deliberately, and Republicans who are racist like Tucker Carlson very deliberately will run black crime and migrant crimes every night to paint the entirety of migrants that are coming over the border as like people who are trying to do crimes in America. It wasn't even a voice crack. I just swallowed my own spit on accident. They're watching this at home and don't care who thinks they're racist, bro. I get your point, but it's so naive. I don't know, man. I think that like more people would look at this and realize the humanity of these people than the opposite. That's why you don't see this kind of coverage normally. That's why the coverage afforded to migrants for the most part, is literally around like how murdering they are. You have too much faith in people. Carter's right. Leftists seem to forget hogs are also people. Yes, dude. Yes. That's why you always find yourself shocked when you hear about like literally a Trump supporter, like a Hispanic Trump supporter, who's like, yeah, I want to build the wall. But then they ask him, like, do you think we should give amnesty to people that are already here? And he'll say, yes, of course. Understand the complexities of the American political mind if you cannot understand that a lot of the white supremacist attitudes and values that they repeat or have baked into their existence is just a product of social conditioning. And if you don't reinforce that white supremacist attitude with the appropriate agitprop and you do this, you're going to actually end up making a lot of people go, wait a minute, these guys are just like regular dudes. Now, maybe I'm being a little bit too, hopeful here, but I do think that this overall, this like Ron DeSantis move overall might actually end up backfiring. I grew up surrounded by actual Nazis in North Idaho. It's super hard for those people to escape. I got insanely lucky with my family having diversity and also moving to a big city in my teenage years. A lot of studies have shown that even a very small view of the sameness cuts through sameness very effectively. This did not show what Fox News wanted it to show. Yeah, you libbing shit up? What? No, I'm not. I'm not libbing it up at all. New York got you libbed up. No, you guys are nuts, dude. Even the most hateful right-winger ultimately is, when confronted with their racism, will probably have a reaction to it that you do not expect, where they're like, I'm not racist. Why do you think they think that? A lot of racist right-wingers unironically think that they're not racist. They think, because they think that it's just white supremacist conditioning has created these environments that they just take for granted. Not gonna lie, but you kind of foster all these ultra leftoids in your chat. Kudos on educating them though. Man, dude, I do this all the time, okay? And I'm doing it right now. I'm trying to change people's minds, and you're like, you did this. It's like, no, I didn't. People still come in here regardless of whether they agree with me or not. Is it an echo chamber or not?
Griff, ¿cómo se llama?
Gateway.
Going to go.
Right.
They don't know where they're going to go because there's no one from the D.C. Office of Immigration meeting them. There are a few other reporters out here.
Yeah, I wonder why there's only reporters, but no one from the D.C. Office of Immigration meeting them. Perhaps because they only informed the reporters and not the fucking proper authorities, dude. You literally set this up. That's fucking insane to me. Like, that is insane. It's like, oh, no one from the immigration office is meeting them. I don't know. Maybe because you dropped these people like they're bags, okay, instead of real full-fledged humans, and you set it up by sending reporters there. The only people that you informed were reporters.
That's all that are
Griff,
here trying to figure out exactly where they're going to go next.
Griff, I don't know if Griff. Hey, Griff, can you hear me? I think Griff has momentarily lost contact with the mothership here.
Get you back now. Sorry about that, guys.
Griff, can you hear me?
I got you, Steve.
Okay. Griff, because you're not able to pick up a lot of details from those particular migrants, aside from a lot of them are from Venezuela, can you go into the front of that first of two buses and just ask the driver where they're from, and who asked them to pull up in front of Kamala Harris's house?
Yeah.
Like, they sent them the, wait, what? I mean, we know who told them to pull up in front of Kamala Harris's house. What are they trying to say, that Kamala Harris asked for them to come there? What the does that seem like an appropriate location for them to be dropped off at? How do you this up? You knew ahead of time. You knew ahead of time this was going to happen. How do you this up, Fox News? How do you this up, Ron DeSantis?
Let's go over here for a second, Barnum. We'll see. So we're just confirming with you, coming from Del Rio, Texas.
Yeah, well said. I'm a black liberal who went to college in an extremely red state, Arizona, and what you explained sounds a lot more like more of the kids I went to school with. I had a lot of conservative friends there, and nothing highlights your point more than West Coast conservatives. They are trippy as You're right. Most weren't even aware of the white supremacy shit they were conditioned into, lol. Yeah, bro, it's like when you talk to a normie about Black Mermaid, and they immediately are like, well, that's kind of weird. Aren't mermaids supposed to be white? And it's like, bro, that's a mythical creature. How did you arrive at that? You can literally, and even if you know that normie person is unironically has never, like, they're not as racist as the average person at all. They're like, they're not at all, but they immediately, that's like their first reaction. Where did they arrive at that? Okay. How did they arrive at that? They arrived at that through social conditioning. Okay. It's a mermaid. They're not real. They're not real. How did you arrive at that? Why do you think Jesus is white? It's the same conditioning, dude. It's the same take. Mermaids were always portrayed white, though. Yeah, mermaids are, they're not real, though, you know? They're actually gray and black and brown, as a matter of fact. Do you know why? Because they're sea lions and manatees, dumbass. That's what the original depiction was in mythology. It was the sirens, that sailors who were horny as mistook for human beings and women because they were so horny and had scurvy and their brains were broken. So they would literally sail the boat into the shallow waters because they saw manatees and shit that were standing on the rocks and thought, oh my God, that's a woman. Can't wait to that manatee pussy. That's like the original inception of the mermaid mythology. That's where that comes from. But again, it's made up. It's made up. Just like elves and shit. It doesn't matter if they're black or brown or white. It doesn't matter. They're made up.
All right.
I don't think they want to talk.
They're not able to talk to us, although we do have confirmation from the governor's office that the governor sent these buses here specifically to Vice President Harris's house, to the Naval Observatory here. But again, where these migrants are going to go right now is anybody's guess as we watch this unfold.
You know, Griff, you asked one of those migrants about, I mean, there's irony involved in what they have done by shipping these two buses to the Naval Observatory, which it looks like you're right on Massachusetts Avenue. The vice president's house is just up the hill beyond a fence, the direction you're looking right there. She's in charge. She's the so-called border czar. So she's saying it's secure. And if two buses full of people who just walked across into this country on...
Dog, you did this. Who did this? You did. What is happening? I'm losing my fucking mind. Bro, why are they making it seem like Kamala Harris was like, please come? Oh my God. Wait, this is so stupid. This has to be, dude, Democrats have to flip this, dude. This is such a gimme. I mean, this is insane.